Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
So here in France, it's 3:59. Let's wait 1 more minute and then we'll start the webinar. Please let us know if you don't see the screen, if you can't hear us, if you don't see us. You can, please know also it will be registered. This way we can also share this webinar with you and for the one who could not make it. And we'll use Q&A box also if you have some questions. All right, so it's 4 p.m. here in Toulouse. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar about Toulouse School of Aviation and Aerospace Engineering, which gather Enac-Isae Super-Aero and Enac here in Toulouse, all based in Toulouse. So we are together today to introduce you this new school because Enac-Isae Super-Aero and Enac just joined together for the English taught program this year. So it's a bit new for us too, for you too maybe. And we're going to introduce you what it is, what changes and what doesn't change. There's not much changes for you, to be honest. For us, a little bit more. So about what we're going to see today. So we're going to be together for 1 hour. I'm Justine. I'm from Enac-Isae Super-Aero and TSAAE now, Toulouse School of Aviation and Aerospace Engineering. And my colleague next to me is Karine Michelet from Enac.
Hello.
We're both admission advisor here. We're here to answer your question, introduce you the program, the process to apply, everything you need to know before applying also, and what kind of life you can expect at studying in one of our two schools in Toulouse, in France. And that's mainly what we want to share with you today. So we're going to introduce you the school, the 4 master's degrees that you can apply for from now on. We're going to talk about the application process, the tuition fees, the funding, what's life on campus here in Toulouse. And we're going to also welcome 4 students that's going to come around in a half an hour. We want them to share the experience with you. And also if you have some questions for us, for them also, that will be the moment. And then a Q&A session at the end. So normally it should last 1 hour. All right. Also, yes, for the Q&A session, I've been told that you need to click on display to see the answer to your question. So that may be a bit useful to know. Okay, so let's start with the presentation of Toulouse School of Aviation and Aerospace Engineering. Toulouse School of Aviation and Aerospace Engineering, as I told you, it's the start was September 2025, so last month or last 2 months. What changes for you is that you're going to be able to apply to programs from the 2 schools, from Enac, the National School of Civil Aviation, and from Enac-Isae Super-Aero, the school next door of Enac in Toulouse, specialized in aerospace engineering. So that's will be different on the application session for you because you're going to be able to make up to 4 choices. But also what we wanted to do is also unify our forces, be stronger together because all our programs are complementary. We all teach about aviation, aerospace engineering, also project management, AI, and all those also domains that are very important and in the same domain. So that's very important. And so basically, you'll have the possibility to apply to programs from 2 schools, which is together 21 programs, because you will see about masters and advanced masters. A unified application process, and that's it. And maybe in the future, we'll also have a common research lab. That will be super interesting for you too. And yeah, I have to confirm the entry of all the students. Okay, so Karine is going to continue with the next slide.
All right. So as Justin just told you, so the Toulouse School of Aviation and Aerospace Engineering is the unification of two engineering schools here in Toulouse. Both schools are very old. Isae Superior was created in 1909 and Enac in 1949. So we've been around for a long time now. So both schools, we have more than 600 international students. We have joint research laboratories, and now we also have joint master's degree. So one is taught at Isae Superior and 3 are taught on Enac campus. Both campuses are just in front of each other, so you just have to cross the street. So if you are an Enac student or Isae Superior student, you can mingle with the whole population here on campus. And we're located, I don't know if you know Toulouse, probably not, on this scientific campus where also we have a lot of research laboratories, we have the CNES, we have lots of scientific resources around, which is a plus for us and for our students. If you want to find an internship, if you want to work with your studies, you can find interesting jobs around campus as well. So we are pretty small schools with like 3,000 students each. So it's not like a big university. So it's very cozy for students. We have we have lodging on campus and stuff like that, but we'll talk about that later. So just to introduce you to the 4 master's degree, there's one at Isae Superior, which is the master's degree in aerospace engineering with 7 specializations that you're going to have to choose during your second year, and 3 at Enac, which are which are kind of different. There's one in aerospace systems, navigation and telecommunication. One is international air transport operation management. And the last one is international air transport system engineering and design. And we'll talk about this master's degree more thoroughly in the next slides. Okay, so we have 4 master's degree, but we do have also advanced master's degree. Advanced master's degrees are degrees, a 1-year degree that you can do after a master's degree. Okay, so we have 17 of them. So I'm not going to read the whole slide because you have a lot of programs here listed, but you just have to know that after your master's degree, if you want to get more skills in a very specific field, it's possible. And so you have advanced master's degree related to civil aviation, aeronautics, digital, innovation, project management, and complex systems, both at Enac and Isae Superior.
Important to say that it's very different than a master's degree, okay? An advanced master's degree for students who already have a master's degree. So today we only focus on master's degrees. Important information, like Karine mentioned it also a bit before. Toulouse, I don't know if you know about it before, if you've been there before, but it's very specialized in aeronautics, aerospace. You have so many companies related to aerospace engineering and aviation, very locally based in Toulouse, all around us. So for us, it's a big asset for receiving all the knowledge from them for what kind of skills do they need when they recruit our students. So we adapt their program according to their industrial needs, that's for sure. And they also come on campus a lot. We want to talk about it. They come and teach in our programs. You have about 50% of professors from the industry coming on purpose to teach you on site, and also academic professors teaching you in the programs. They also participate a lot in the recruitment of our students with the Career Center. We're going to talk about it later. And for you as a student and as a future worker, it's really a great asset when you're looking for your internship, you're looking for a job. You have a lot of opportunities here in Toulouse. So you can see on the map here, you can see we're located in Enac-Isae in the south of Toulouse. We are surrounded by a lot of research laboratories like the National Center of Space Research, ONERA, the French Aerospace Lab, NATO Space Center of Excellence, also Airbus Defence and Space, and also all around Toulouse in different areas. You have, of course, Airbus headquarters offices, ATR, Safran, Dassault, Thales. All the big names are all present in Toulouse. I continue with the next slide. So now we're going to discuss more in details, but also if you have technical details that we might not have the time to see them here today, but we're going to explain you about the program and the process of the 2 years of master's degree, of the 4 master's degrees. So let's start with the one from Isae Superior, the Master in Aerospace Engineering. So you have 2 years, all right? Master's degrees in France and a lot of places around the world. It's 2 years after a bachelor of 3 to 4 to sometimes 5 years, okay? So you can apply during your last year of bachelor's degree. The requirements is, of course, to be in the process to receive your bachelor's degrees before the start of courses of master's degrees. So bachelor's degrees in aerospace engineering, in mechanical, mechatronics, electronics engineering, bachelors also in physics or mathematics are welcome to join this program. How it is organized. So 3 semesters of courses on site at Isae Superior in Toulouse and 1 semester of internship, whether in a company or in a laboratory, anywhere you want. All the courses are fully taught in English. That's the case for the 4 master's degree we're going to talk about today. And you receive a French class included in the program because speaking French can be useful when you look for a job in France. Also, when you live for 2 years in France, you will see that it is useful. But it's not a requirement at application, okay? Feel relax about this. We're not going to ask you to have a certain level of French to apply. English, though, important. So 3 semesters, and you get to specialize every semester a little bit more in one of the 7 majors of specialization. The first semester is a common core. You all come from different backgrounds. And according to your background studies, you're going to have specific courses to be able to start studying your electives and the major in the 3rd semester. You select 4 electives in the 2nd semester, which are related to your majors. 2 of them, you choose them, and 2 of them are related to the major. And you also have a research project for 2 semesters, the 2nd and the 3rd. The research project is usually a project linked with a research department, linked with your major. It can be also in partnership with a university or a laboratory, and it can be done on your own or in peers. So that's it for the 3 semesters. About different majors you get to specialize in. So there are 7 majors: advanced aerodynamics and propulsion, or aerospace systems and control, aerospace structures, embedded systems, space systems, satellite application and new space, or systems engineering. All right. There is also a pathway called aircraft design and operation. This is, if you want to tackle that subject, you get to do the major, which are structures, systems engineering, and systems and control. And the major is chosen during the 1st year. You don't choose the major now while you apply. You can talk about what kind of major you would like to do. You can have 1, 2, or 3 choices, but the final selection is at the end of the first semester. So you have the time to get to know what kind of field you want to specialize in during the first semester. And any question, again, we will try to answer them at the end. I see a lot of questions right here. All right, let's go to the next master program at Enac.
Okay, so at Enac, we have 3 master's degrees. So the first one I'm going to present is the master's degree in aerospace systems, navigation, and telecommunication. Sorry. It's okay. All right, so this master degree, as Justine just told you, is a 2-year program like all master's degree in France. And it gives you, it is about satellite-based positioning and space telecommunication. It aims to train you for steadily growing global navigation satellite system industry. So it is done by, you start with 3 semesters of courses. And after, you're going to have a 1 semester that you're going to do an internship either in a company or in a research laboratory. We use diverse pedagogical approach. You're going to have some lectures, tutorial, research projects, and it is very linked. It is closely linked to industrial needs. So if you do a research project, of course, it's going to be with a research lab and industrial that are working with our research lab every day. So this course provides skills both in the field of GNSS and in telecommunications, because these 2 fields are closely linked. Regarding the career opportunities, you're going to have the opportunity, of course, to work in GNSS industry or possibility to do a PhD after this master's degree. We recruit mainly people who did a bachelor in electronics, communications, or telecommunications. The second one, I'm going to talk about it's another one. It is the Master in International Air Transport Systems Engineering and Design, still a 2-year program dealing with air transport industry. What you have to know about this program is that it is 30% of courses are about computer science, because you're going to learn how to build software to improve air transport systems within the aircraft. So it is the same design, 3 semesters of courses in English in Toulouse, followed by 1 semester that you're going to have to do either in a company or research lab, where you're going to have to write your professional master thesis. So it's 3 courses, 3 semesters of courses, and after you do an internship either in Toulouse or anywhere else in the world. The teaching is different. It's based on long applied projects along the 3 semesters with different approaches like e-learning and self-directed learning. Regarding the career opportunities, you can work in air navigation service provider, civil aviation authorities, consulting company. You can also do a PhD after this master. And we recruit bachelor students who did a bachelor in computer science, mathematics, or aerospace. And the last one I'm going to talk about is the international, this one. International Air Transport Operations Management. So this one, it is a little bit different because you have core courses which are the same for the 2 first semesters, and during the 3rd semester you're going to have to choose a minor either in airworthiness and safety or a minor in strategy. So it gives you both technical and management expertise, which are necessary to work in an international aeronautical company. The teaching is based on project management to develop also the soft skills, self and group organization, and your adaptability. You're going to get some knowledge in aeronautical engineering, project management, but also IT tools and aircraft operations. So regarding the career opportunities, it's going to be either in aircraft manufacturer companies, airline, airport, or consulting companies as well. And we recruit bachelor in mechanical, aeronautics, mathematics, aerospace.
Okay, thank you, Karine. So that was a brief introduction of the 4 master's degrees. We can come back in details afterwards if you have specific questions about it. What we want to focus also here is about our career center. Here at Isae Super and at Enac, you're gonna have strong help from our career centers. These teams, so it's a dedicated team for you guys, for our students, to help them find their internship, whether in France or abroad, and or find their first job. The Career Center is even here during your first years after graduation. Okay, they have also a platform called Job Teaser, when they post all our industry partners' offers, whether it's internship offers or job offers. They have the service to students, like help you to prepare for an interview, help you to write your CV, your letter of motivation. They do interview test with you, salary negotiation. Also, they help you to work on this. They organize factory visits and job fairs on campus. We also have Airbus Day, company days. So a lot of events, also conferences, etc. Really all for you guys to help you build your network, find opportunities, and also develop your skills and try to find the best way to try to start on your career job life.
Something I'd like to say as well, to add to this Career Center, very big help, is that when you are part of either Super or Enac, you're also part of the alumni network. And it's a very, very big network, very useful as well to get either an internship or your first job, or some tips for everything. So it is important to emphasize this fact. It's more than 60,000 alumni from both schools. So it's and alumni are everywhere around the world.
Very important. So that was about it. Big questions you have, and we receive a lot of email from this about the application process, the tuition fees, and the funding. So I just would like right here just apologize, because we receive a lot of emails and sometimes we don't have the time to answer them soon enough. So that's why we did this webinar today, to give you the most of the answers, and then hopefully you leave this webinar with the answers you wanted, and if not, we'll answer your questions later. Okay, so about what kind of documents you will need to apply.
All right, so the application is very simple. First, it's going to be, it's going to be done online. You go to the TSAAE website and you click on apply. You're going to have to download documents, very easy, a resume, a motivation letter, the copy of your the higher diploma that you got, your academic transcripts of the 2 or last years of studies. We're also going to need an English test. We put all the required minimum scores on the slide. If you are born in Australia, Canada, Ireland, and some other countries, of course, you get a waiver. And you also need to get 2 letters of recommendation. When you finish your application on the platform, you're going to get the information and the guide you're going to know how to give the recommendation letters, which have to be downloaded by your referees. Okay, but you'll get more information once you've paid the tuition fees. Tuition fees are 100 euros.
No, not tuition fees.
Application fees. Sorry, yeah. So you'll get the information on how to download the 2 recommendation letters. So these are all the documents that you're going to have to provide to be able to apply and to be evaluated during our first jury.
Yes. One additional information is that, okay, about your most advanced diploma, don't add your high school diploma, okay? If you don't have your bachelor diploma yet, you add a certificate of enrollment, all right? Yeah. A certificate from your university. We think you're going to get your bachelor degree, and it's okay if you don't have your bachelor degree right away. You can provide it later, even after starting the class, okay? So don't stress about this. And also your transcripts, if it's not in English or French, please have it translated by an official translator. This will be important for us to be able to understand your transcript. And also, if you don't have an English test at the moment of application, it's okay. You will still be evaluated at the admission committee in January or later. But you will need to provide a convocation to the test. So if you can be admitted without having an English test, but you will have to provide the English test as app right away after, because if not, it will be an admission with the condition of providing an English test. And you don't want that condition to be annoying for receiving a visa or something else. Yes, here, how we are organizing our admission session. So right now is the first admission session. You can apply until November 28th. The results will be given on January 22nd. All this application schedule is on the website, all right, of TESAE. It's important because if you cannot apply before November 28th, it's okay. You still have other possibilities to apply. Here we only provided 3 sessions, but there are more sessions. Some programs may be filled quickly, be aware of this. So we usually advise students to apply as soon as they can, because the later you apply, the less chance you might have to be on the waiting list or not be admitted because it's full, all right? We also wanted to mention about the process after admission, just so you know. If you get an admission on the 22nd of January in the program, so you will see it online first, and then you will receive an admission letter. And then each school will do its own process after that, okay? Because you will go to Enac or to Enac-Isae Superior, and sometimes the process are a bit different from in each school. So for example, but it's quite normal that you will have 3 weeks to confirm your admission. And by confirming your admission, we mean booking your spot in the program, which means pay a down payment. It's whether 1,000 euro deducted from total tuition fees at Enac or 1,200 euro deducted from your total tuition fees at Enac-Isae Superior. This is important because we want to save your spot in the program, but we want to make sure you commit a little bit. Every year we have a lot of withdrawal, and even with down payment, a withdrawal is possible. So just so you know, this down payment is non-refundable, no matter what. I wanted also to give you some tips about application, because we receive also a lot of questions from you about this. A CV, you asked me what kind of CV layout you should provide. I mean, there's not one layout in particular that is okay. As soon as it's clear and professional, and then we find the information that are useful, it's okay. You can organize it the way you want. Just make sure that it's clear. By clear, we mean we see what kind of degrees you have or you are preparing, and the dates and the clear name of the degree, if it's a bachelor, if it's something else, and what are the names of the domain of the degree. Usually it's the most recent experience first. Remember that you are applying for a master's degree, so first is usually the academical experience that matters, then work experience if you have, but it's not a requirement to have work experience before to apply for the master's degree. Try to, for the motivation letter, we always say try to make it one page, because sometimes there is a lot of information, and try to summarize your motivation in one page. It's enough. Focus also in your motivation letter on the first choice of master's degree, because this year then you can make up to 4 choices. So you might have a plan B, a plan C, or plan D. Okay, but your motivation letter should be at least about the plan A, right? So first choice. And as Karine was saying, the letters of recommendation, indeed, an automatic email will be sent to your referee after you complete your application. So after you complete everything, including the €100 application fees. And you can add some from professors. You can also add from a mentor, from an internship, for example, but mostly at least one from a professor's. You can also add more than 2 letters of recommendation. And any problem, any technical issues, any documents you want to add after completing your application, you can by sending it to this address here in the bottom of the page, admission.masters. It's the admission team who is here to review all your documents, make sure you have all the documents together in your application. If not, they will send you reminders, okay? So any technical problem on the platform or any documents you want to add, please message them directly. All right, talking about tuition fees now.
All right. So you want me to do
it? Tuition fees, it's easier for you to get to check online directly, because you will see that each program has its own tuition fees. Enac also have particularities with early bird fees for 2 master's degrees, the IATSED and the ASNAT. So check that. There is also different tuition fees if you're from outside of Europe or if you're part of the European Union. So check that also. And those fees that you see on this slide here are for the 2-year program. It's also reduced tuition fees also for European Union nationalities and also European Union residents. So you might have some question regarding your own situation about this. We might not answer them in particular for everyone here today, but send us an email if you have a question for yourself in particular, okay? But an important information will be that it's possible to apply for scholarships and grants. So we're going to also tackle these subjects today. And we receive also a lot of questions about this. Most of the scholarships you want to apply for with us, with the schools, are to be, if you apply for a master's degree before November 28th. So that's very important. It's during the first admission session. So we mentioned a few of the scholarships you can apply for here. For example, we have questions about AFL scholarship a lot. So the AFL scholarship, it's the institution, both institutions, who select among all the applicants from the first admission session, and who will present to Campus France a short selection of students who showed excellent academical results, or it's mostly about excellence, okay, for the scholarships. You really need to have very high grades, very good profile, very good references, a clear career project, strong motivation. So this is really what will make a difference, okay? There is a lot of competitions, right? Because you're a lot of applicants. So give the best you can, but you cannot change a grade. You cannot change a GPA. And sometimes, we also know that from a country to another, a GPA varies and are different, but we usually know about that. Our admission committee is very trained about the differences, and that's how it works. So scholarships before November 28th for most of them. But you also have scholarships with your own governments. Scholarships, for example, with Campus France and Mexico have a special one called CONACYT. With India, you have SHAPAC and Campus France as well. So find the information online. click on Campus France scholarship page. Check on your site. It's very important. You make your own research about this. And yes, just to finish about EIFEL scholarship, to apply to it, we'll ask you this year to send us an email. It's written here with the title EIFEL application and one master. But be aware that you need to be an applicant, a complete applicant of the master's degree you want to apply for with before. Okay, so we'll make sure about this. Also, with a master's degree at Enac-Isae Superior, we have a few scholarships you can apply for as well. It's on the application platform, on TSAE application platform. You need to apply before November 28th as well. It's mainly, again, excellence scholarship programs. So a selection is made during the admission committees, and also with each scholarship provider. There are foundations, companies, etc. And they can also be a great help when you apply for a master's degree. To finish about this, it's about Campus France. Ooh, did you see that slide? Maybe you did not. Okay, sorry. So that's about the Master in Aerospace Engineering scholarships. About this one, it's so Campus France, again, it's a great help for you mostly when you're not from Europe, I would say. They help you to get your visa, to find a lot of information about how is it to study in France. So yes, use it. Click on the link, check all the information you need on this website. It's full of information, and you will need it for your visa. There is other process, we didn't talk about it, Études en France.
Études en France, yes.
I would say you can avoid it and apply. You need to apply on our both websites anyway, on TSAE website, to find admission in our master's degree. So if you apply to Études en France, the Campus France platform, you will have to apply as well on our TSAE platform to be admitted. What you can do is first apply to TSAE platform, find an admission, and then you contact Campus France for your visa. So that's a bit particular for non-European students. Oh, we've been talking a lot and time is flying. We're going to talk quickly about the campus now.
We'll show some photos.
About life in France, Toulouse, and our campuses. So about high-level research facilities.
Yeah, so we have laboratories of research, as we said before. So you have some which are both on Enac-Isae Superior campus and on Enac campus, with flight simulator, the drone room, the white room, which is specialized in the conception of CubeSats, human factor lab, a lot of research on the human and machine interaction. You have some picture on the computer-human interaction lab. So also Enac has a float of more than 100 planes, aircrafts.
In Enac Superior, we have a fleet of 9 planes.
Yeah, so lots of planes around. So just so you can see that you have a lot of research going on, and so you have a lot of expertise, and so researchers, teachers, the state of the art is going on around on both campuses. So now we're going to show you pictures of the campus. Yeah. So we got a lot
Colorful.
lot of things on campus. We got sports facilities. We got of course cafeteria, lodging, lots of student association. Our campus this service helps them with booking their accommodation, also enroll in the social security system, etc. Yeah. So very important. You will receive all those information after admission, so we're not going to enter, but just so you know, it exists and it's very helpful. Okay. About benefits of being a student in France, and our students who just arrived might be able to talk about it a bit later. We have a social security system, as you may know, and also students' allowance for the rent payments that will help you to cover about 40% of your
rent every month. So this is called CAF. So just so you know. I added an idea of the cost of life a bit in Toulouse and in France. We average of 600 to 800 euro per month, we would say, including housing. So housing on campus, you can really count on it, okay? As an international students have priorities. International students have priorities on campus rooms. So it's really a plus, because sometimes in France, in big cities like Toulouse, it's a nightmare to find an accommodation. So here, you don't have to worry about this. Usually you're in good hands.
Yeah. So for the lodging on Enac campus, depending on the room that you choose, it's going to be a rent of around it goes from 3,000 to 4,000 per month. It includes electricity, heat and water, and the taxi that you're going to have to pay if you have a lodging. It doesn't include the mandatory insurance that you're going to have to pay for. Also, all the information are on the Enac website and on the Toulouse School of Aviation and Aerospace Engineering's website as well. So this is just a summary of to give you an idea. Of course, we also have restaurant and cafeteria on campus, open from Monday to Friday. At Enac, it is closed on Saturday and Sundays, but you can order some meals before the end of the week, and so you can get some picnics for the weekend. But something that you have to know is that even if we are located in the scientific campus, we have you can rent a bike, you have buses, you're going to have the metro, which is not far away as well. You can go everywhere from the campus to the city. It's very easy. What else? We're going to show you a map.
Yeah, we're discussing about it. So this is the center of Toulouse. You see on the map here, and we are at the end of the yellow line here. It's not the end, actually, it's before the end, along the Canal du Midi. So a lot of cycling here in Toulouse. The metro is here as well, buses, etc. And planes, of course, to visit other cities. Okay, I want to stop talking and let our students talk a little bit about the experience. So we have 4 students present today. We have Pranav from India, we have Diana from Mexico, Nikita from Ukraine, and Hongliang from China. Are you guys here? And if you're here, can you show your webcam so we can see you?
Hello. I don't know if you can see me. Hello.
I'm not sure. I see them. Oh, hi Pranav. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Can we hear you?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you for now. Oops.
You can't? Okay, just a moment.
Now? So this is Pranav. He's in second year of the master's degree in aerospace engineering. We wanted to ask you about your experience here in Toulouse.
Yeah, I'm audible now.
Can we hear you?
Hello.
Okay. It's okay. I will check first maybe some question. Pranav, you come back to. You can hear Pranav. Oh, so it's me. Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me?
How do I do that? That's 9.
Okay, so everybody can hear Pranav except for us.
Okay, that's perfect. So Pranav, you're going to talk for everyone, and everyone should know, I guess.
Okay, perfect. I think
we'll check with our colleague. Yes, we can hear Pranav.
Okay. Great. So,
okay.
Do I begin? Do I begin, Justin? Okay. Got it. Thank you for having me here. So as Justin introduced, I'm Pranav from India. I come from a city called Bangalore. I am currently in my second year master's degree, specializing in aerospace structures. with a pathway in ADO, expanded as aircraft design and operations. And yeah, right now I'm in my third semester, also um, doing my research project as well as searching for my internships, mandatory internships, which we'll be doing as part of our final semester. Um, right, I think Justin would have covered most of the key details about applications and everything. So I'll talk from a more student point of view on how I came about to Supero and my journey so far. So I completed my bachelor's of aerospace engineering in 2023, and then I decided that I had to do my master's in aerospace. And of course, Supero was a very well-known university back in my bachelor's as well because of my professors. And I decided to apply for my master's program in 2024. In the meantime, I was working. I have a startup in Bangalore, so I was working there. And then in 2024, I moved to France. So the process of moving to France is actually quite difficult coming from India because of the visa and so many other documentations that you need to keep in mind. And you have to be very cautious while completing all the procedures. And I think once you start the applications, it's going to be quite easy to understand because Supero offers you the best set of instructions. And so the city itself is quite beautiful. So Toulouse is situated in a very in a very strategic location. So you get to travel to either the closest country is Spain, which is the closest country, as well as you can travel anywhere across France, which is the best part about staying in Toulouse. And so regarding the academics itself, so the first semester is quite tedious in Supero, and this is something that you should not be surprised about because you will have quite a lot of subjects as well as projects to do. And along with that, you also have a lot of extracurriculars and technical clubs that you can be a part of, which can give you a lot of scope, not just with academics, but also with various other things. And secondly, the professors here come from various various industrial experiences. So we have professors coming from Monera, we have professors coming from Airbus, we have professors coming from so many other places. So this itself is a very, very key reason why studying at Supero actually is like a great thing for a lot of us. We just don't sit at their classes. We also get to know their experience. And we can also network because they just don't come here for 1 or 2 days. They come for multiple days, which kind of gives you a very great perspective about what they have been doing and what your interests are. And with respect to other procedures for so let me talk for the Indians here because I think it's a little different for the Europeans versus the non-Europeans. So for the non-Europeans, it's going to be more or less the same. But for the Indians, yeah, the first and foremost thing is the visa. You'll have to be very sure about the visa procedure because the visa takes quite some time, especially for France to arrive. So you'll have to not waste a lot of time to finish your application procedure. So be on time. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, of course, for Indian students, there are scholarships, which so I'm a Charpak scholar myself, so I can tell you that it's quite helpful for me. In fact, it covers the whole lot of my um, my stay and everything. So please keep a lookout for the scholarship application dates. So the Charpak scholarship is offered by the French embassy in India. So it is not part of Supero. It is independent, but it is offered to 50 students who are studying in France, and it could be of any from any background. Apart from that, yes, there are a couple of other scholarships which you can open the Campus France website to have a look at. And the third thing is with respect to your, uh, for example, for the Indian students, you also would like to stay within campus because it's a new country, and also I presume that a lot of people might not know French because in India it's either taught at school or people don't study French as part of their curriculum. So I suggest if you have time, please do study French before coming here. It is a great help. It's also going to not just make you feel awkward without knowing the language, even though people are extremely friendly and everybody can speak English, but it's good to know French. But if you can't, of course, no problem. Supero has a course for non-native speakers. So we have a French course that happens once a week, every week. So yeah, that's something that I would like to tell. So try to study French beforehand. And yeah, I was coming to the point of stay. So almost everybody gets to stay on campus. So if you're planning to stay on campus, there are procedures to apply for these um, on-campus stays, which will be part of your application after you are admitted into the campus. And this is clearly going to be given as such a set of instructions by Supero. And yeah, finally, with respect to the courses that I'm doing, so as I said before I got into the details, I am majoring in aerospace structures with a pathway in aircraft design and operations. And yeah, this is a pathway that is not part of all the specializations at Supero because you have around 7 specializations in Supero. We have aerodynamics, we have structures, we have spacecraft, space systems, we have controls, etc., etc. I think you have already gone through that. In with this, I think I saw a question where someone had asked about this the specification of ADO. So I would just let you know that ADO is not a separate specialization, but it's just an extension to what an extra subjects or two we study apart from what we are studying as part of a specialization. So yeah, I think all of these
Thank
details
you.
will be given to you within
Finish.
within the course. Yeah. So that's about it. So I think I took a little more time than what I supposed to, but yeah, thank you so much.
It's
And
great.
good luck for applications.
It's good to hear about your experience,
Yeah.
Pranav. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
It was
thank you
very
so much.
inspiring. I just noticed we have also 3 other students who
Yes.
we'd like to hear. I think Diana, unfortunately, her microphone is not working. But do we have maybe Nikita or
Yes, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, that's amazing. Hello, I'm Nikita. I'm Ukrainian, and I'm an exchange student at Enac at the on the ETSET program, which is International Air Transport System Design. And originally, I'm doing my exchange from Estonian University, from the Estonian Aviation Academy, which is really small, 300 students. So Enac is nearly 10 times bigger. And it is a life-changing experience for me because there are a lot of possibilities to discover, starting from the subjects taught by people that have actually some experience in the industry, as was mentioned by Pranav. Because, for instance, in smaller countries like Estonia, it's usually not the case. People either work in smaller startups or occasionally get some internships and bigger organizations like Eurocontrol, but it is really limited. Here you have a lot of specialists with the industrial background, and also the studying process itself is, at least for the first semester, which is I'm doing now, it is very intensive, but at the same time enriching. And I can say that in several months you can learn very much, and at least for me, from my perspective, the tempo is really high. So you have to be prepared for this. And also the student life is very rich. There is something going on every evening, starting from I don't know, cultural workshops. There is drawing club today in the evening, photography club, I don't know, karaoke, singing, sport events. Also I'm a part of astronomy club here. We will do some stargazing. We do movie screenings about the space. So in a nutshell, there are lots of possibilities for everyone for the extracurricular life. And the city of Toulouse itself, I recently discovered that the quarter of the population are students. So every fourth person you meet on the street is a student. So it's extremely easy to form a network, to connect. I think I struggled for only 2 weeks without any connections. But then the study pressure lets off a little bit, and you have time to socialize, to go to parties. So lots of things to discover, and I think the most the strongest evidence that I like my experience so far is that I have applied for the exchange for the extension of my exchange here, and I'm gonna stay for another semester, because I think it is extremely interesting in terms of the career path and social life as well. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention that my specialty here is really how to say, it combines different aspects from a little bit from everything. I don't know, software engineering, hardware engineering, air transport system as a whole, a little bit of economics, overall design. So in my bachelor's specialty in Estonia was aircraft piloting, but in my group there are software engineers, there are aeronautical engineers, bunch of different people with various backgrounds, and everyone feels comfortable there. So don't be afraid to apply. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nikita. Can we try?
Tu peux baisser ton son? Sorry. Do we have maybe Diana or Feng Liang who are nearby?
Yes, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Great. Hello, I'm Diana. I studied my bachelor's in Mexico. I did aeronautical engineering, and I started last year here at Supaero. I'm currently also with Pranab in the structures major. And I mean, I think he already talked about a lot about like the experience in the city. I think Toulouse, it's really fun. I think in general, the experience has been super positive. There's so many international students, and so you will get opportunities to meet people from all over the world. And I think that is something that truly enriches like the whole social aspect of school. There's going to be many opportunities to make friends, especially in the integration at the beginning. There's always fun activities planned around that. And from the academic perspective, I mean, it also truly depends on the level of your previous studies. For some people, it has been really easy. Some of us, especially for myself, I had taken 2 years to work. So reintegrating myself in the academic setting was a bit of a shift, and also like moving across the ocean. It's not particularly easy, but in the end, it has been really nice and really rewarding. One of the interesting aspects of the master is also, I think, the opportunity to do your research project, even if you want to fully work and you don't have plans of pursuing some other education after the master. It's still very interesting to develop like the researching skills. I'm currently working on AI applications for a control plan for parachutes and other like very lightweight structures under fluid structure interaction. And actually, we're going to present our RP as a paper in a conference in June for the American Aerospace Association. So that's also very interesting. There's so many opportunities, and there's a lot of professors at the school that are doing very interesting research. So that's also something that you might be interested in. Like Pranav said, I think especially for the non-Europeans, making use of the toolbox, it's super useful because there's a lot of paperwork to be done, and they give you like a very clear instructions on what you have to do. And also when you're applying and later when you get accepted, sometimes I know it can be very stressful and you want to have all the information as soon as possible. You have to be patient. Justine told us this many, many times, and it's true, like the information does come at the appropriate time, and you will not have any delays or anything like that. And I'm doing structures. That has always been my area of interest, but there's also aerodynamics, propulsion, and now that the program is going to be also with Enac, there will probably be more other options available to you. I'm sure that Justine already commented on those previously during the meeting. And I think it's also very nice the fact that there's quite a bit of female representation within the master. I come from a degree where we were less than 10%. So finding myself here with over 30% of female engineers, that was also really cool. And I'm sure that is also something that some of the other women that want to apply to the program will find interesting. And yeah, I mean, I think it has been a very interesting year so far in the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, it's my colleague just in front of us, Caroline, who is answering all your questions online, who putting the sound for us because we can't hear. Anyway, thank you so much, Diana, for your very inspiring description of your 1.5 years here in France. One more semester, yeah. And then you go start your career, I guess.
Okay. So
yes, and thank you for inviting me
online.
Do we have Hong Liang?
No, maybe he couldn't connect.
Maybe he could not connect, unfortunately. It's okay. I think we have a lot of answers to answer. Yeah, or questions to answer. Again, thank you so much for our students to share their feedbacks. It's very a plus for our audience to care that so they can hear about your experience. Again, if you students who are listening to us need to be in contact with a student, whether it's Diana, Pranav, or Nikita, or others, students from maybe your home country you would like to be in contact with, you can send us an email to ask for it. So Caroline, my dear colleague, sent me some questions she could not answer directly on the chat box, on the Q&A. So I will try to take some and answer them. We will. One is it possible to do a double major in the master's degree? So no. For example, in the Master in Aerospace Engineering, you choose one major. It doesn't mean you're not going to do a research project maybe related to another domain. You could do that also if you're interested in two things, but you have to do one major, and you don't have time to study two majors at the same time because it's already taking a lot of time, I think. The students can confirm that. Maybe we have a question for Pranav, if he's still here, because there is a question about ADO pathway. It's an optional course within the master's degree, or is it directly replacing the major choice? Are you here? Maybe Pranav left. The ADO yeah, it's an option, like you said. It's linked with three majors in the Master in Aerospace Engineering, which are, I think it's structures, systems engineering, and controls. So you can add this option to do aircraft design in addition. So then your research project will maybe linked with aircraft design, and you get also to have additional courses or electives who will be chosen for you. Okay. If we are a scholarship recipient, do we have to pay the €1,000 down payment? Yes. If you are a scholarship recipient, you still need to pay the deposit to make sure you want to book your spots, and then it will be reimbursed to you once you arrive on campus. Okay. So that's it. I would like to know about the 4 master's degree. Is there any preference to use Mac or Windows? Nope. You can use what you prefer as it's your own personal tool. Indeed, you will have to bring your computer to work. Also, a lot of computer rooms and research labs are equipped, but you will need your computer, whether it's a Mac or a Windows. I don't think there is a difference. Do you have a recommendation, Diana, about this?
Between Mac and Windows for your computer, I would suggest Windows, because a lot of software runs better on that. But probably you could also get away with using Linux. In fact, sometimes we do work not on our personal computers, but in the computer labs, because there's stuff that only runs on Linux. So, I mean, if you want to have a Mac, you could still get away with it. And perhaps some of the stuff you will just have to do it in the computers available for us.
Thank you. I think it's it's really up to you. I think Windows is more there's more of the adaptation possibilities here, but it's really up to you. Other questions about deposits? We answered that already. Regarding the AFL scholarship, is it possible to apply for it with 2 separate motivation letters? No, for the AFL scholarship, you need to choose one program only, because you cannot be selected for more than one programs, right? So you only have you apply to the AFL scholarship only with one program. And indeed, you send a motivation letter for that program. It's the same process for each scholarship. You can apply to more than one scholarship, that's for sure. And you have to adapt your motivation letter for each scholarship every time. Is admission on a rolling basis, meaning are there any students who have already been marked as admitted, or will they review the candidate start over with the first round? No, you can apply only once per year, and we deal with all the admission per admission committee. Okay, so everyone who apply before November 28th will receive an answer on January 22nd. Thank you. And you can be admitted, or you can be refused, or you can be, if we don't understand it, might happen sometimes that you are postponed. We will ask for additional documents, but this is quite rare. And there is also the possibility to be on the waiting list. On the waiting list means also that we did not really, something is missing or we're not sure. So you can provide additional documents if you're on the waiting list to show your motivation or prove that you are motivated and you can do it, you know. I continue with the question, can relevant work experience compensate for less traditional academic records? It's really, no, it depends. A lot of students arrive here in our master's degrees without work experience. So it's not a criteria. What will make a difference is if you did projects before, if you're implicated in some in the domain of you applying the master's degree you're applying for. If you already, yes, very applicated, and the CV, on your CV you can detail all the experience you did, what kind of projects you did during your studies, if you do extracurricular activities related to this domain, etc. That will be a plus. Be the more precise possible about your activities, what you do. We don't do interviews, okay? For applications, there's no interviews. So the more you can say on your documents, the more we get to know who you are from this paper we're going to review.
Is it possible to receive multiple scholarships?
So it's not possible to receive multiple scholarships from our institutions, at least, because we want to give the chance to everyone. So I think it's someone already answered you on this. You can apply to more than one, but you will receive one. Apart from that, if you receive another scholarship from another institution, for example, your government, you can also actually cumulate both as soon as it doesn't pay for the same thing. You know, for example, you get a tuition fees from the school, but you get a living expenses from a scholarship. This is complementary. I received a lot of questions from Caroline. Can we get admission if we have backlogs or clears in the academic year? You mean if you did some, I don't know, if you skipped some school or for a semester or something? I think that's the question. If it's the case, if you have some blanks in your academic path, you can totally explain it because you did something else during that time. And in this case, show what you learned about this experience and find advantages about it to promote your application. About the internship, do we have to find our internship? Does the school arrange them? We want you to start your life on your own, so you need to work on this on your own. But as we talked before, the Career Center is here to help you. So they will give you all the keys. They will share with you all the offers from industry partners, from the Job Teaser platform. And they will give you also tips and help you to connect with them, etc. So you will be guided, but then it's still your job and your actions that will make a difference. My question, if I apply to the first wave and give evidence of English test, it's an result at the end of December, but too late for the first wave. No, you can send your English test after. It's okay. You send it to the admission.masters email address that we gave here. Where was it? But for the scholarship, it's way better to provide all the document at once, because the selection is made after the first admission committee, and only full complete applications will be considered. Thank you. Certain institutions require myself to be nominated also by my university to be eligible for the EFL scholarship. Is it true for Superior or for Enac?
Yes, it is the same process with all institutions. it is the institutions that will support your candidacy to the IFR scholarship. It is not an individual process. It goes through one school, actually.
Okay, do we have more questions that I would have missed?
I work for Turkish Airlines.
Okay, I was planning to apply for aerospace engineering master. Will my career experience be considered relevant? Yes, of course. Everything is relevant also because it's in the field. Although it has nothing to do with engineering, it's about aviation. Well, the admission committee will have to check if it matches with the skills required for the master's degree, but everybody can apply. And if you want to do that, then you need to prove that you have the skills, basic skills from your experience or from your bachelor's degree to continue study. As our students told you, there are quite a lot of technical courses that requires a high level. That's why the admission committee will be important and will make a selection of best applications. Okay, keep going with the questions. I'd like to know if my 5-year mechanical engineering degree is considered equivalent to a master's level. This will be to check. It depends of the countries and the different not similarity, but each country have different recognition of degrees. Mm-hmm. So please send us your CV and we'll confirm that with you. Lots of questions. I hope we could answer to most of them. I saw you had also some questions on the conversations. But I think Caroline helped us, right, to answer most of them. So I think we took more time than planned, but thank you guys so much for your attention and for staying here till the end. Thank you, Caroline, for helping us with all the questions. And thank you to our students for sharing their experience. That was very, very nice to hear it from their point of view. So here again, we inform you about our email. So any questions you have, please write us an email, and please forgive us if it takes a bit long to answer. We'll try to do it ASAP, but again, understand. And also you have all those information on the TSI website. Okay, so feel free to look and check and find the answers. Sometimes it helps to find your answer in advance. Also, we add again the QR code for the application website. And any question, we remain available and we're happy to help. So don't hesitate.
Thank you for your participation.
Thank you, guys. Take care and greetings from Toulouse, where it's getting dark already.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.